Alright, hello everyone, good morning, and welcome to a game called Star Rapture. So this is a game I've been kind of eyeing out for a little bit now, and it finally got into early access. So we are going to be playing it today, and also figuring out how to play the game. So I played a little bit of the tutorial as well, so I kind of know at least the first couple stages of what's going to be going on here. But so far the game has only crashed on me one time. Just once. But in this game, we want to build and, of course we want to build, but we want to build and automate a bunch of stuff with resources. So it's very heavily inspired by Satisfactory.
What the?
Please don't move. I want to run a holistic scan.
Not the holistic scan.
Commencing holistic scan. Life vitals normal. Prisoner E4101. Welcome to the Argos program. Your adventure with the Claywood Corporation begins right now.
Yippee!
Hello, I am Gal, your Galactic Assistance Liaison. The Claywood Corporation would like to apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced. You can now exit the lander and begin your introductory training.
Right away? No breakfast or coffee? You're not much different from the colony overseers.
Welcome to Arcadia 7 in the Rupture system.
It is beautiful
The
though.
goal of this training is to teach you to effectively acquire and produce goods for our clients. However, we'll begin with something simpler. Arcadia is often bombarded by meteorites, which are rich in resources. You have been equipped with a tool to acquire them. Use it to extract what's most valuable in the meteorite.
Alright, so this game is very heavily inspired by Satisfactory, but with also very major changes. One of the biggest changes in this game is that the sky just actually starts falling apart. I honestly really like that idea, mostly because it just kind of adds another layer of gameplay into it. It adds another interesting layer of gameplay. So,
Good work. You'll need building materials.
as you can see, the space.
For the rest of the base. You can create them with the printer in your lander, but gather the necessary components first. Use the harvester to extract them, just like you did with the meteorite.
I would like to speak, please, thank you. But with this game, the star basically explodes and meteors fall from the sky, which is why on the base core we have the little thing on top that kind of helps protect a very small area. Now I would like to at least collect some extra resources before we go back to the ship, because it's going to be we're going to need a lot of resources to actually build up our original base. Star tiers, and there's also a whole new system with the research. So research is not like in other games where you research, different buildings and everything. What happens is that while you're able to pick up new items and find interesting stuff, you're actually sending most of that to corporations. And then within the corporations, there we go, 540, that should be enough. And then when you talk to the corporations, they're the ones that actually give you the newer items, so you kind of have to make sure that you keep on top of that and make sure that all the companies are happy, making sure that they get their own stuff.
I gotta admit, working here seems a lot better than at the penal colony.
Oh, just you
You
wait.
definitely have better equipment.
The Claywood Corporation spares no expense to ensure its workers have access to the best possible equipment.
The view isn't bad either. I got used to seeing only gray rocks against a dark sky.
We're glad you like it. Arcadia can be beautiful compared to other celestial bodies.
Though I have this nagging feeling I'll regret saying that.
Oh my god, real.
I'm unable to predict your feelings, but if I can give you some advice, I suggest enjoying the moment while it lasts.
Yep.
Everything's ready. Now build the habitat that will protect your sleeve from Arcadia's dangers. Remember that your body is also a Claywood corporate investment, so it would be good to create a comfortable place for it. Now that you have your shelter, build a printer inside it. That way, you will always have it nearby, thus optimizing your work. Great. Now build a corporate terminal. That will allow you to complete assignments for different companies, which will, in turn, give you access to new buildings.
Yep.
The first reward was free, but you'll have to work for the next one. Send us some titanium.
How am I supposed to send what I've gathered back to Earth?
The same way you got here, but in reverse. Look up at the sky. Once you build an orbital cargo launcher, it will send supplies right through that rift. It will cover light years in seconds.
Now, the game's honestly very, very good. So, what that basically said is that once we continue to, I think the game might have crashed actually. They're still working on it a little bit, but yeah, I think the game crashed here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it just takes a second. So, let's see here. Most important thing I was going to say was that. So, I know I kind of spit through that whole situation, but build a habitat, build an airlock so you can actually get in. This is basically your crafting table, the basic item printer, and then the corporate terminal. This is what I was originally saying when you have to send resources and other kind of items over to corporations, and they're going to be the ones to kind of say like, hey, we like what you got, blah blah blah, and then they give us free stuff, but only after we unlock certain there we go. Transfer power, but connect them with their platforms. So this is very much like how Foundry used to work, how Foundry still works, just by connecting them with platforms. And honestly, I really, really like this because the whole like wiring system is just really makes me like really angry because it never looks good. As long as you see the appropriate indicated power will be transmitted. Yep. Set a commission in the orbital launcher. Orbital cargo launcher. So what we're gonna do, training corporation, choose, and now even though we don't have enough, we can always just kind of get some more. So this is going to unlock level 2 within the training corporation, and then for there, then that's when we're gonna actually be able to start automating, because then we're gonna be unlocking. There we go. That's 5. Because there is when we're actually gonna be able to start unlocking a lot of the stuff.
Your reputation will increase.
And fire. But yeah, so this just sends everything back to Earth, and in little waves, one at a time. It is really, really nice to actually like build a couple of these, so that you can kind of focus on different companies at once. There we go.
You've just proven you're useful, which means the corporation trusts you a little bit more. You've acquired new schematics. Go ahead, claim your reward. We've just unlocked new building schematics for you. Can you guess what they're for?
I used these machines on Mars. The rails are for drones that will carry resources between buildings. As for the ore excavator, I refuse to say what it does. I have many years of mining experience.
Lack of knowledge is nothing to be embarrassed about. The ore excavator excavates ores.
You don't say.
Yeah, don't say.
Explains everything.
I'm glad I could help. Now that the raw materials are being extracted automatically, you'll have more time to build out your base.
I have a question. Why didn't you install all available building building schematics for me from the start, that would speed up my work even more.
All of the machines made available to you during your mission are delicate and extremely expensive. They are also bound by NDAs and patents. None of the companies working with the claimed corporation have granted permission to give you everything right away. You need to prove you are worthy of using the more advanced equipment.
But I already signed the NDA.
This will be best explained by the words of Annika Fisher, the CEO of Future Health Solutions, one of our partners. Playing recording.
There's no way I'm giving those degenerates my patents. They don't care about the law or intellectual property. But if it becomes necessary and they actually deserve it, then so be it. Don't quote me on that.
But yeah, so very quickly we set up a ore extractor, and then we sent all of our ores over to the orbital cargo launcher so that we can unlock level 3. That is basically almost finished. So what we unlock next is that we unlock the data center. The data center gives us research points that we're then able to use at the corporations. So we can do Training Corporation, Future Health Solutions, Griffiths, all this stuff. And then we, for that, all the research items, they come from stuff we pick up across the planet. So the little, no, what were they called again? So there was little plants that we picked up. Those go straight into there, or you can eat them, of course.
As usual, now build the analyzer and research simulator
Mhm.
flora with it.
So we get the analyzation station, go inside, plonk it down. Then we go in here, we can put in meteorite hearts, and then star tiers. Of course, it is a consumable, heals 20 HP, gain 5 toxicity, but we throw this in here, get some points.
Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists and claim your reward. In the future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with. The data from Arcadia is so valuable that companies prefer to keep it to themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them. Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists and claim your reward. In the future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with. The data from Arcadia is so valuable that companies prefer to keep it to themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them.
I think that, I honestly think it,
It's time for the final stage of introductory
There we go.
training. Raw materials aren't very useful to corporations, since they need to produce something with them anyway. Use the buildings you have available and automate the production of the more valuable items.
Why can't they process them themselves? They have factories across the entire solar system.
This will be best explained by a private conversation recorded between two executives at the Griffiths Military Corporation.
So you're telling me all of the tax laws only apply to the solar system?
Bro, the mining tax, the cost of
Bro.
deductions from extraterrestrial income, the cost of insuring sensitive cargo, legally none of that applies to us. They can't even hit us with tariffs. It's free money, man.
it's free money.
I don't know why I asked.
Now, I'm a big fan of using like the data points to actually unlock most of the stuff. So let's see. Of course, the hardest part is always just getting the basic building materials. Now, I did get the supporter edition to kind of help like speed us through the first couple of stages of the game, but I guess they don't give it to you in the tutorial. Let's see here. Produce titanium bars, and then reach level 5 and the rewards. We have to go back here. Make some. Oh, we only need like one more. Oh, of course. Now, there's only like some things you're able to destroy, other things not really. But we also have a lot of things that we could be doing over here. Like, over in the distance, those are structures over there. So that's actually kind of interesting. We're definitely going to be searching through that stuff later. And I've definitely noticed there's some structures kind of just all over the place. So over time, we're definitely going to get to exploring that stuff. But I've been looking forward to this game for a little bit now because I've been kind of following it on its, I guess, not necessarily production, but during its development. And I think this is going to be a very fun game. Now, of course, with all the building materials, I really, really hope that when you get up to, when you finish up the quote-unquote tutorial, that we actually, you know, get more stuff and an easier way to build. Rail support, rail connector. Just have easier ways to build this stuff. Because as much as I like the basic building material being, you know, that stuff, I kind of wish you'd have more of it. Or at least automating the building material, because that would be really nice. And next up, we go to the orbital cargo launcher. And then going into a rail. Ta-da! And then from here we go.
Nearing the end of our training. Please answer the following questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious does being incinerated alive make you feel?
I can't think of a worse way to die, so on a scale from 1 to 10, that's a solid 3.
Understood. On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid are you of arachnids about a meter in diameter?
The
I'm afraid of
arachnids.
these questions.
There's no need. Questions never killed anyone.
Yeah, no, I do really kind of like the humor that's in this game. It's pretty funny. But there's also a lot of stuff. Polyfruit. We'll also be picking this purple stuff. I'm pretty sure is just helium. Yeah, just helium-3. And now with the meteor, it does kind of help a little bit to dissolve different parts of it before, here you go, before just exploding the whole thing. Now the meteors come down during the fire waves, and that's kind of how we get a bunch of resources very, very quickly. Here we go. So now you should be just about finished, right? Yeah. Only about like 3 more. And then we get platform modules, advanced habitat modules, advanced platforms. Bada boom, bada boom. Training completed. Yippee! Other players can now join the game, but we're going to be keeping this
Great
solo.
job. This is the end of your introductory training. But remember that Arcadia 7 is a dangerous place, and a person will spend their entire life, or lives rather, learning from it. Stay alert, gather information, and don't worry. I'm always by your side, watching your every move.
Is that a threat?
It's for your own safety. I will now remove the introductory training restrictions. Location barrier disabled. Sedative injector disconnected.
Sedative?
Communications channel active. Awakening other crew members. Ready. The Claywood Corporation hopes you will have a wonderful adventure and quickly pay off your debt. Good luck.
Can you hear me?
What was that?
Oh, don't worry. It's only B1690, one of your colleagues. You're connected via audio, even when they're not currently active.
When they're not active?
The human brain can't go on for too long without stimulation. When sleeves are sleeping in the regeneration chamber, they get a constant audio and video feed of everything you do. They can also communicate with you. You also get this opportunity.
Everything?
Relax. You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Here we go. Alright, now here's the time where we actually like run out of power again, so we just have to go here, solar generation. Now, I chose the Selenium Corporation because 1, it's going to be a lot easier to actually start with this. 2, we also need to unlock a lot of automation so that we can get building materials so we can actually, you know, use the thing. That's going to be in the fabricator. In the output, we can get basic building materials and all that very, very fun stuff. the smelter right now. I just have it set up and connected between these two. So what it does is that they just split between the two, and yeah. I will, however, need to get a... Ooh, extendable walkway, nice. We'll, however, 100% need to get like some kind of a storage area just so we can, you know, build stuff. So while this is fabricating, we should also be able to create... Let's see. So we need both titanium ore and wolfram ore to actually get this built. So I'm going to be kind of spamming out some solar generator. Reason being, because we're going to need a lot of power here. Core overheat. I think that should be fine for now. Yeah, we have vertical connectors, horizontal connectors. Connects two habitats side by side. Has to be placed inside of a habitat. Well, that's nice. Rail support. Pillar support. Safety barrier. Ladders. Nice. We have a bunch of stuff we can kind of like move around with as well. Base core. Buildings inside the base core area. Okay. Let's see. So the first off, we need to get ore extractors. I definitely do need to. We're going to have our two extractors here. And then what we're going to do... Platform. Platform here. Buildings colliding with some. Yikes. Seems like we do need some supported platforms every once in a while. What do you mean buildings colliding with some? Am I able to destroy that? Yes, maybe? Question? No. Okay. Good. Require connecting piece. That's fine. What are you colliding with? Okay. So I guess it is kind of important just to kind of make sure that you aren't really colliding with anything. But biggest news, we have our both wolfram ore, our titanium ore. So those are going to be going straight into the fabricator once they're finished. Ooh, you only go up by one at a time. Okay, so that's definitely going to take some time between the two of them. Let's see here. What else can we do? Moon Energy Corporation recipe station. Okay, so that grants us food, future health, regeneration chamber is a respawn point. It's not bad. Blue Corporation, we get a pistol.
4101. You look like you're a magnet for trouble.
I won't pretend I'm a saint. I've helped smuggle this and that in my time for those in need.
People like you don't understand order. You just cause more problems for everyone else.
And you always followed orders and ended up in the exact same place as I did.
Excellent.
You know
work.
nothing about me.
The Selenium Corporation thanks you for your shipment.
Oh, I think we just
Your
skipped.
rewards are waiting in the corporate terminal.
Okay, so let's delete these two just in case. And let's just kind of fill up some of the space with the... Yeah, I kind of forgot like what the supporter edition actually gave us, but that's actually really nice that it gave us a bunch of data points. Now here we are going to be able to go to the fabricator. Ooh, okay. So the fabricator, it has one in, one out. Let's see here. Titanium rods. Ooh, why are you locked? No recipe, so we can do titanium rods, wolfram wire, calculate sheets, but how do we get this? This is interesting now. Okay. Let's see here. Let's at least start connecting these pieces here. Does that actually unlock us? No, it does not. Okay. We still have a bunch of basic building platforms. How do we actually unlock the... Because I want to have this be like the very, very first thing we have. Inventory upgrade, a furnace. Basic reduction uses heat. We don't really need that. We probably need like a pistol, honestly.
The Griffiths Blue Corporation is just unlocked the UPP-7. We hope it will help this particular company will allow you to upgrade your
Wonderful.
arsenal, which will certainly help
There's
us
so
survive
much
on our
stuff
Will we need it
going
on a
on.
peaceful mission?
Arcadia 7 still has some surprises left in store for you.
Hmm. Clever robotics, personal storage. We definitely need this.
Clever Robotics has received its order. A reward for fulfilling the order is waiting for you in the terminal.
Yippee! Well, let's see here. I know it has like the multi-rail system, so we choose pistol ammo, titanium rods. So we can definitely unlock. Let me check one thing here. I think that if we are able to unlock the multi-rail, that might actually give us...
Order completed.
Hmm.
Clever Robotics cares about you, and so they have another reward waiting for you in the terminal. They
Station
also
building drone.
ask that you keep an eye out for old model drones
Mhm.
lost on Arcadia. They might contain useful items.
Med tool, IEM. So, okay. So I think the automation of the building material might have to be put on hold at least for a little bit. Garden recipes, because that's going to give us inventory. That's going to give us a furnace. Large habitat. That's pretty nice. Mega press. Wow, there's a lot of things in here. That's actually quite cool. Let's see here. I really do want to see if we can try to get up to the multi-rail here. Because I think that would actually give us the ability to get the basic building materials. But anyways, since we need, you know, titanium and wolfram. Rail support, allows for expansion, splitting, and jump paths. Storage depot. Storage depot is going to be very important. But also some other stuff we can do. Titanium rods, wolfram wire. Now let's check to see what some of these guys want over here. Of course, this is just going to be... we're not really going to use this over here. Selenium, 5 titanium rods, 1 for that. Wolfram wire, titanium rods, clever robotics. Ooh. Okay, so we can really start pushing this as well. Titanium rods, yeah. I would like to do this though, wolfram plates. The fabricator, we can do the wolfram wire, which is then going to be the wire. First we have to then smelt. Where's the smelter? There you go. You kind of at least want a little bit of space between everything, just so we're not tripping over anything. I also have to remember that Q is... Oh, wait, you already have a... Okay. I wonder why it was locked then. Hold on. I know. I wonder why it's locked. Interesting. Titanium rod. Interesting. So if you just connect the two pieces, they're not going to actually work together. Let's see here. What do we got? No, I don't know how much the ore excavator actually excavates. But could kind of be a lot. You could always double check.
I don't get it, Sam. What's so interesting in beetles or flowers?
They're part of the world we live in and are inextricably connected to it. We wouldn't exist without beetles or flowers.
We wouldn't exist without fundamental forces. Beetles and flowers can be easily replaced with automated systems. You can't replace electromagnetism.
Got a
You
point.
really want to live in a world without plants?
I wouldn't mind it.
Buildings colliding with some over there, so there we go. And then for here, this is where we're actually going to have the orbital cargo launcher. No, I don't think we need to go all crazy here. Let's go there to there. Oh, that looks a little funky. This is gonna get spaghettied very, very quickly. Which one were you? We were making wire. There we go. Personal crafting, personal storage. No, we don't need that just yet. We have enough. I am interested to kind of see like what's going to be next here, because I know I said this before, but I really, really want to automate the building connectors. There you go. So now with that being sent over, okay, so it seems like it only gets sent when it's full. I wonder if there's a way to change that. Interesting. Okay. So other stuff we have to do is that we then have to... So robotics, very important. Wolfram plate, Wolfram wire. We're gonna need to have a lot of wire here. Selenium Corporation's gonna have us... That's gonna unlock some more automation. Level 3. Okay. Let's try to get the Selenium Corporation up, because the Future Health Solutions, I don't think we're gonna have too much of a problem with that just yet. Moon Energy, Recipe Station. Ooh, a map. Map will be important. Wind Turbine converts wind into electrical energy. Base core amplifier, solar generator. This is going to be important too. What do they need? Wolfram bars. Okay. How much? So you create 2 every 2 seconds. Let's see. So then for here we can probably connect another one kind of like right over here. Can we connect a rail connector to here? No. Okay. Let's just stop that real quick. I'm gonna get a rail connector in. I'm preferring... the rail connector. Let's just kind of line this up a little bit. There we go. And I would at least try to like make this a little bit more. I'm gonna go to Moon Energy. I'm gonna go to there. Here we go. And now, how do we split things up between there and there? Put this on low. Oh. Oh, you aren't going the right way. That makes sense. Okay, that's probably what's happening over there as well. Send you to there. Now that means you should be getting split. There we go. Awesome. Good. Good, good, good.
So, you were a soldier?
That's right.
Then I have a question. How can you sleep knowing everything you had to do in the name of the IRO?
I don't sleep too well. But not because of the orders I carried out, but because of the ones I didn't.
Oh, story.
So even after your sentencing, you're still on their side?
No. I'm on our side. All of us. The side of peace.
We are not going to be friends.
So it really seems like the smelters actually put in a lot of work here. So they make 2 for every 2 seconds. Wow, this requires 2 every 4 seconds. So we can basically... So we can put 2 fabricators per smelter, for what it seems like. Which is honestly really nice to know. Once that corporation has enough, then we'll probably replace that with the smelter, so we can add it onto that line over there. Yeah, I'd say that's probably a good idea. How are these guys doing? Currently 224 out of 6,400. Now that's definitely going to take some time. I'll put building unlocks. I'm still interested to see. Still very interested to see like what we can actually do to unlock the... Oh, no power. Okay, so we definitely need to unlock power generation as well. You know, it's not the most beautiful thing ever, but it works. Let's see here. Yeah, because that's still locked there, so... Alright, I think that's going to be the end of the first episode. Thank you everyone to come out. Bye-bye. We definitely got to figure out how to get this basic building material unlocked. Bye-bye now.